patriot princess.
It's always been about the children, right? Look at ICE right now. They're raiding every city in the US. ICE. Think about that. What is ICE slang for? Diamonds. Remember when President Trump said we're gonna get those diamonds back, return the diamonds? ICE operations are not racist. It's not just about deporting illegals. It's raiding the pedophiles. ICE is saving the children. ICE is getting the diamonds back. You're seeing the diamonds be returned right in front of your face right now.
Like you said, the unaccompanied minors, we're so focused on finding the more than 300,000 children that came into this country and were given as sponsors that we don't even know who these sponsors are, right? So when you hear about people, ICE agents separating families, or ICE agents are going to her school, no, the ICE agents, the men and women of Homeland Security investigations, are going to the last lead they had. They're trying to find this child, trying to make sure it's not, a victim of human trafficking or sex trafficking.
Look at this top story. A child. Her name is Diamond Shakur. She wins the national chess competition. Chess, shall we play a game? Diamond, return the diamonds. Look at her last name, Shakur. Think mirror. Part of her name says rook, backwards. A rook in chess. In the end game, a rook is a very powerful piece and can often deliver a checkmate, especially when paired with another, so 2 rooks, double. It's always been about the children. ICE is saving the children and raiding the pedophiles, but mainstream media won't tell you that. Mainstream media is the virus. Rook. Is there going to be 2 rooks that come out that take over the airwaves and tell us the truth and come out with possibly a trump card? Evidence of politicians and Hollywood celebrities committing crimes against humanity, which will lead to the first arrest? Look closely at what President Trump posted. He said, make crime illegal again, 168. Look closely at what Phil posted. He said, where is the blood? Blood. Like red October? Blood. Like adrenochrome? Is October going to be the month where the truth comes out about adrenochrome? Red October? Make crime illegal again, 168. QPost 168 says Red October. Follow the map. Where is the blood, 168? They wanted us to see the blood coming out of Charlie Kirk's neck. Neck, 33. Medbed, 33. Kim, 33. President Trump just posted about medbeds. Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck. And Kim Kardashian is in the news. Ray J is about to come out with truth about her and Chris and her racketeering of their illegal companies. Look closely at Phil's post. He says, where is the blood? And then 0 is in all caps. 064, day 164, like October. Everything starts in October. Michigan 64, the church just caught fire in Michigan. Fire, like code red, Red October. And then he says, oh, it's on the table, 173. 2 days notice, 173. October starts in 2 days. QPost 173. Blackmail this time. Keystone. Blackmail. Shall we play a game? The deep state was winning their game using blackmail. But now we'll play that game. And we have our own blackmail. Trump card. Think McAfee, Snowden, and witness protection people that have evidence and proof of crimes against humanity. Like Ray J said, he rolled on Kim and her mom. He knows everything and he's gonna tell all. Oh, it's on the table, 173. QPost 173. Blackmail this time. Keystone. Who are the keystones? What if Comey is one of the keystones? I mean, think about it. If he falls, they all fall. And what if they have blackmail on Comey? Comey lives on blackmail. He was head of the FBI in 2013. Imagine what he knows. That's how he works. They use blackmail. And think about blackmail. That's the whole purpose of Epstein Island and Ghislaine Maxwell. That's their whole business, is blackmail. They use the child pedophilia as leverage. So what if Comey is connected to Epstein Island? What if he went? What if he's on the list? What if there's proof? And what if somebody, trump card, a rook, is coming out with that proof about Comey to take out the keystone, to start the first domino? That would be the biggest boomerang ever if there's serious blackmail on Comey. Shall we play a game? We can play that game too, Comey. QPost 2472. We knew then, and we know now. Only this time we have government control. Boomerang. And look closely at the evidence that's come out about Charlie Kirk's assassination. There was a trap door. Like a door. Like QPost 167. POTUS opens the door of all doors. Keystone. Trap door. Trap. Everything's a trap. What if there's agents on the inside? QPost 269. Key unlocks the door. Info. Like the trump card? Like 2 rooks coming out with some intel? Checkmate? That will bring the house down? Like blackmail on Comey? Biggest boomerang ever? Or like blackmail on Kim? Is she the keystone of Hollywood? Kim and Chris, are they the keystone of Hollywood? What if Comey, Chris, and Kim are all linked to adrenochrome? Red October. The blood. Where is the blood? Charlie Kirk's blood. The truth about adrenochrome is coming. Look closely at what President Trump posted. This epidemic of violence must end immediately, 631. Why aren't people asking where are they getting the human organs, 631? Organ trafficking. Is that what Kim and Chris were into? Is that their racketeering business? President Trump just deployed troops to Portland, Oregon. That is no coincidence. It's a comm. Organ harvesting. And the Q posts are coming to life right before your eyes. Look at Q post 4730. See the key words? It says 10:09. Charlie Kirk was shot on 9:10. Think mirror. X marks the spot. Read the Mickey clock like an X. The hand is pointing to a 2, and directly across from that in the X pattern, it points to an 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 is October, Red October. Or it could read 208, add a 0, that's 208. Return the diamonds, 208. Are the diamonds going to be Notice Mickey's ear has an 11 on it. His right ear. Trump's right ear got shot. Charlie Kirk was wearing an earpiece in his right ear. Now look at the Mickey clock like an X pattern. Directly down is a 5. You could read that like 11:5. Will we hear some truth? Will we hear the EBS on 11:5? Remember the 5th of November. V for Vendetta. The explosion. Will DC explode around 11:5? Will we hear the truth about adrenochrome and the diamonds, the children, on 11:5? This has always been about the children, and it's always been about the blood. This is a holy war, a spiritual war, dark versus light. You and I, we the people, God's people, we have divine DNA, and Satan has been after our blood since the beginning, and this is about the children. ICE is raiding the pedophiles, but the mainstream media won't tell you that. The mainstream media is the problem. We are the news now. This is a war for humanity. This is a war for our soul. This is a war for our blood. And we will have those diamonds back. We will have peace and prosperity, and we will have our country back.
Patriot Princess.